Mayor Keyserling is running for re-election, the transportation sales tax comes to an early end, and Beaufort County goes back to school. We'll get you those reports and much more. Keep watching Beaufort. Your news starts now. Thanks for joining us for the Beaufort News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and here are your local headlines. On Saturday, Beaufort police responded to an armed robbery in which a gunman was reportedly stealing purses from pedestrians. Two women were walking on Craven Street when they were approached by a man with a gun who took their purses, then took off down West Street. The police department has released a composite sketch of the suspect, who is described as being more than 6 feet tall and having a thin build. Anyone with information regarding the incident is urged to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. This week, Beaufort County Schools welcomed nearly 20,000 students into their doors for the start of the 2012-2013 school year. Many of them are excited to learn about the new changes this year, including new instructional programs across the district, new learning opportunities at all grade levels, and 5 new Beaufort County principals. Additionally, students at Battery Creek High School now have some college-level courses available to them, and Beaufort Elementary has expanded its Montessori program to 4th and 5th grades. All of those changes should chalk up to a great school year. And thanks to some grant money, the Beaufort County EMS is receiving a $12,000 piece of life-saving technology. Beaufort's EMTs, with the help of a machine called Lucas 2, are responsible for saving many lives. The Lucas 2 is a machine that gives chest compressions to heart attack victims and has helped save almost 50 lives here in Beaufort over the last 8 months. A second machine is on order and will be available for use by the end of the month. A neglected and injured dog and her puppies have been saved thanks to the support of the Beaufort community and the story going viral. The dog, whose name is Gabby, was severely attacked by another dog, then brought by animal control to Sea Island Animal Hospital. 6-month-old Gabby was found to be malnourished, flea-infested, and pregnant.
Right now she's on pain medications, which is making her a little more lethargic, but she will walk around the yard, and she's trying to use the one leg that we were afraid we were going to have to amputate. So the doctors think that we can wait a month or so before really evaluating that and see if she really has to endure that kind of surgery. She originally had 6 puppies, and we've lost all but 1 little female. They're premature. We'll just have to see how that turns out for her.
When the story went viral, it rallied the support of the community to the tune of $1,300, including a fundraiser at Dancing Dogs Yoga.
But we're hopeful that Gabby is going to make a full recovery and get a great forever home.
If you've noticed some delays on Boundary Street Monday night due to some temporary lane closures, the lane closures were to allow crews to evaluate the pipe system for the upcoming construction project. The project was approved in 2006 and includes the narrowing of Boundary Street in order to gain some needed improvements. The improvements include a pedestrian sidewalk, a median, and the addition of plants and trees. The construction itself is planned to begin in the fall of 2013. In a related story, the transportation sales tax that has helped fund projects like the Boundary Street narrowing is about to come to an early end. The 1% sales tax that was approved in 2006 by voters here in Beaufort County and has helped fund the county's much needed road construction. The official termination date of the additional tax is September 30th, so Beaufort County will see the return of the 6% tax on most items beginning October 1st. Overall, the additional tax rose over $151 million. In other improvements, Beaufort Memorial Hospital and the City of Beaufort are working together toward a safer and nicer roadway. The intersection of Rebo Road and Allison Road will be the home of some new landscaping, as well as pathways that will connect the hospital's facilities to one another. The pathways will even connect the Rail Trail Pathway project that is coming soon. And here's what's happening around the state. A Lexington mother and daughter were flown to Washington on Monday to have dinner at the White House. Faye and Lauren Cooperman were the South Carolina representatives at the Kids State Dinner after winning a Healthy Lunchtime Challenge that focused on youth meals. 12-year-old Lauren and her mother entered the contest with an Asian-style dish, then found out a couple weeks ago that they had won. They knew they were going to be in the company of the First Lady, but President Obama's visit was a complete surprise. The University of South Carolina is hoping to enhance the game experience for football fans by adding a huge video board to the Williams-Brice Stadium. The board is 36 by 124 feet and came with a $6.5 million price tag. USC is hoping that the board enhances crowd participation and interaction, which in turn increases ticket sales. The new video board is one of the largest in all of college football. If you'd like additional information on these headlines, you can reference the media sources you see listed on your screen. Also, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Just ahead, we'll take an in-depth look at the partnership between Beaufort Memorial and the City of Beaufort, and we'll find out more about the life-saving device used by Beaufort County EMS. Those reports when we return.
Low Country Real Estate is located in historic downtown Beaufort, home to one of the most attractive real estate markets in America. We've been providing high-quality service to our community for the past 24 years. Whether you're interested in buying or selling residential, resort, or commercial investment property, our professional sales staff can help you with your real estate needs. Please visit lowcountryrealestate.com for details on all available properties in Beaufort and come see how the Low Country becomes you.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. We have Mr. Buck Boone of the Island News to give us more information on some of our headline news. Thanks for joining us, Buck.
It's a great day to be in beautiful Beaufort, Jessa.
Say, I understand that the City of Beaufort and Beaufort Memorial are teaming up to make some improvements here in Beaufort. What does this partnership mean for us?
Well, the joint effort by the City of Beaufort and Beaufort Memorial Hospital will mean sidewalk improvements, pedestrian access, and landscape pathways that will connect the hospital's new Life Fit and Administration building, which is now under construction, with the main hospital campus and with the soon-to-be-built rail trail. The partnership between the city and hospital shows a commitment to safety and pathways that will benefit the whole community.
And can you tell us where these improvements and road changes will take place?
Well, the site of the improvements will be at the corner of Allison and Rebo Roads, adjacent to hospital property, with the goal of making the key intersection safer, more attractive, and a place to enhance public access to the new Spanish Moss Trail.
And now, as we mentioned earlier, the Lucas 2 is a medical device that's making local headlines here in Beaufort. It's got the amazing ability to save lives, and Beaufort emergency responders are really getting a lot of great feedback from it. Can you give us more information?
Sure, certainly. The Lucas 2 assists emergency medical technicians by giving chest compressions to someone having a heart attack. For the last 8 months, Beaufort EMTs have used this tool to save close to 50 lives. That's more than one a week. When a cardiac arrest call goes out, minutes matter and can make the difference between life and death. The county right now has only one machine, but a second one should be here by the end of the month.
That's such a fantastic thing for our EMS to have access to, so that's just wonderful. Now let's talk a bit about back to school. What were some highlights from the start of the school week?
Well, nearly 20,000 Beaufort County students were back in class for the start of the 2012-13 school year on Monday. The Beaufort County School District is optimistic that many students will take advantage of the new instructional choices and learning opportunities that are available, such as middle schoolers using iPad, tablet, computers in the classrooms, or high schoolers taking college-level aviation and aeronautics courses. There you can read certainly all these stories and much more in this week's Island News.
All right, well, thanks, Buck, for your in-depth report on those stories. Now we're going to join Miss Wendy Pollitzer on location to get our local business report.
Thanks, Jessa. I am here today with Chip Dinkins, Director of Operations for Plums Inc. and Board Chairman of Main Street Beaufort USA. Chip, we understand that August is a slow time of the year for downtown merchants. Can you explain to our viewers why it's important to shop locally?
Well, for us, you're right, it is a slow time of year. Traditionally, the kids are heading back to school and everybody's sort of reinventing their schedules, and it takes a couple of weeks to settle down, but it's very important to shop locally, especially in our community. What we've found is 68 cents of every dollar comes back to or back into the local community when you shop locally. So we feel it's very important for folks to get themselves settled in and try and get downtown and certainly shop locally.
And look where we are. There's so much to do here.
Oh, absolutely. This park, the city's done a wonderful job making this park such a lovely place to be. It's a great place to hang out on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, and really even after school, any day during the week. We've got a number of restaurants and shops that you come down, fill your time. It's just a great place to come and enjoy it. And today, I tell you, Wendy, it's not very hot.
Feels great.
For August,
feels great.
We're doing okay.
Yeah. And I mean, when patrons come to dine locally at all of our wonderful restaurants we have here, it's not only helping business owners, but it's helping the wait staff, the servers, lots of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Our servers, they know the ups and downs of the year. They've planned ahead, but any little bit can help for those guys. So this is the time of year where the tourists, again, everybody's going back to school. The tourists aren't really here in Beaufort as much, so it's very important for us to get our locals to come back down and rediscover us if they've been away for the summer or just to check out the new things. There's also a number of great deals at the restaurants and the shops downtown. Everybody's offering all kinds of specials, so this is a good time of year to really come down and take advantage of some good opportunities.
I agree, Chip. Thanks for joining us today. For all of our viewers, come downtown. We want to see you out here at Henry C. Chambers Waterfront Park and all of our wonderful businesses downtown. Back to you, Jessa.
Thank you, Wendy. Coming up, would you like some information about how to stay safe and keep your personal information protected? We have Port Royal's new Chief of Police to tell us what we need to know when we return.
Hi, my name is Matt McElhaney, owner of City Loft Hotel, an upscale boutique hotel in downtown Beaufort. We are proud to be consistently ranked as the #1 hotel in Beaufort based on TripAdvisor's guest ratings and comments. At City Loft, we value our neighbors in the Lowcountry. Whether you're taking friends by boat or need a romantic getaway in Beaufort, let us at City Loft extend hospitality while introducing what's new in urban hotel design. At City Loft Hotel, we are committed to customer service. When you stay here, you're always a local.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. I'm pleased to welcome the town of Port Royal's new Chief of Police, Alan Beach, who's here to give us some public safety pointers. Welcome and congratulations to you as well.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Great. So first, let's talk about hurricane awareness. As, believe it or not, the season is here. What do you recommend as far as preparation is concerned?
You definitely need to have a plan, and when emergency management tells you to leave, then it's time to go. You don't need to wait till the last minute to get jammed up in the traffic flow. Beaufort County and the whole state came up with a awesome evacuation plan. So if you just follow that and listen to the directions, I think you'll be good to go. And just make sure you take all your personal effects with you.
Now, another safety concern, of course, is heavier traffic, especially this time of year, and particularly during the first few days of school. What is it that you do to try and minimize any potential dangers, and what can parents do to help?
We have officers in the area just to monitor the traffic flow. We still man the school crossing at Port Royal Elementary, and we just opened up Riverview Charter School, so we're out there managing that and try to help with the traffic flow. And we're just going to take it one day at a time, and if they need some assistance, we'll give it to them to try to get the cars in and out, and just be mindful about the kids at the bus stops too. And if the parents would leave a little earlier, that would minimize their wait time, I believe, going into the schools.
Absolutely. Anytime we can avoid rushing around is definitely will help the safety. So when it comes to identity theft and scams, what could citizens do to better protect themselves against things like this?
I wouldn't do anything over the internet or email or over the phone. I mean, if somebody's persistent, these calls, they really get persistent, and if you need to have them send you literature in the mail, and just don't, I can't stress enough, don't do anything over the internet or through your email. And your ATM machines, you really need to be careful and make sure there's no objects or anything like that attached to the outside to where they can actually trace your number later.
All right, well, great tips to help keep us safe and keep our information protected. Thank you, Chief Beach. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Joining us now is Mayor Keyserling, who's running for re-election for his second term as mayor. Mayor Keyserling, you have no opposition, so why have you announced that you're going to run an active campaign for re-election?
Sounds funny that I say I'm running against myself, doesn't it?
It does. Tell us about it.
Just there are only certain times when the window of politics and government opens up in people's minds. And very often that's election time. And so even though I'm fortunate, I guess, that no one wants the job I have, it's a window that needs to be used to talk about where we've been, where we're going, to get feedback from people, to hear how I'm doing. And I say I'm running against myself because the goal is to use the process to be an even better mayor.
Now let's talk about your first term as mayor. What would you say has been your most satisfying accomplishment, and what maybe has been your biggest disappointment?
I think my biggest, I can't say it's our, meaning our council, has worked together like no other council I've seen in a long time. And that's because we spend a lot of time talking. At the end of the year, we found that we had improved the level of services with less money, about 20% less money. So I'd say the biggest accomplishment is building a consensus council that is willing to make tough decisions and move forward. If there's a biggest disappointment, it's that I think about being mayor and I think about the issues all day, every day. And when I walk up to people on the street, they're sometimes surprised to hear about things that we did a month ago, a year ago, even as long as 6 years ago. So they think that we're not telling them what we're doing. The bottom line is that we're just doing so much. It's hard for people, given the traditional news media, to get a focus on that which we're doing. So if there's a mission in the future, it's to figure even better ways, notwithstanding my newsletter, notwithstanding our television show called Straight Talk, to help people understand how much their city government is doing and to bring them on board with what we're doing.
Absolutely. And real quick, if you could give me in one sentence what you think maybe your principal challenge would be of your second term as mayor.
I think the principal challenge is going to be selling people on our vision, which the people helped us over the last 5 years create. And that is a vision for Beaufort to grow to be even more environmentally, culturally, and fiscally sustainable, because that's going to require some change, just like it did with the fire department, with the police department, and the changes we made internally. Now we want to make changes to the city that it's going to make it a better city for all. But sometimes people don't understand that, so it's going to take some selling.
Yep. Well, Mayor Keyserling, no opponent, but we look forward to checking in with you as you begin your campaign.
Great. Look forward to it, Jess. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. When we return, we'll get to hear from Councilman Joe Lee, who's got your Port Royal report, and we'll hear from Jeff Evans, who will give us the scoop on local entertainment. Stick around.
Is it time to purchase for the one-of-a-kind person in your life? Over 60 years of service distinguishes Modern Jewelers as one of South Carolina's preeminent jewelry stores.
We're proud to have been voted Beaufort's #1 jewelry store 10 years in a row. Come visit us at 807 Bay Street.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. We have Councilman Joe Lee here once again to give us our Port Royal report. Joe, I know you've got the latest news from Port Royal. What do you have for us?
Yeah, Jessa, pleased to give you the news. We have Zach Harmon on the street for street music Saturday the 25th, 6 p.m. Bring your family, bring your coolers. The concert will be 6. If it rains, we'll be in the shed. This is the 11th season for our street music, and this will be our 42nd concert. And I want you to know there's never been a bad one in 42 of them. And we want to thank Artworks and J.W. Roan for producing our street music. It's been a great 6 years, and we look forward to 6 more years. The other thing that just came up, Smoking Plank, the restaurant that's being constructed in the old coffee house, will be open on Saturday at 4:30, a soft opening, and they're having a pig roast in advance of the street music. So it's a great evening in Port Royal. It looks like, from what we can see right now, the weather should be okay. So come out and join us.
Okay, so you've got a lot of music things going on this week. Great music to enjoy and a business opening. That's wonderful. Now, I understand you're adding a new feature to the Port Royal Report. Is that right?
Yes, we are, Jessa. We've made arrangements through the staff over at Paris Island to give us a weekly report on graduations. It's a very important event for us in the Low Country and here in Port Royal especially, because we have so many visitors. This weekend, this Friday, the 24th, we have 322 new Marines being graduated, and we do congratulate them. That means their families are also in town, and we congratulate them for allowing us to train their family, their children, and make Marines out of them. This is a weekend-long event for the families, and we welcome into Port Royal and Beaufort County. They will see their children, their new Marines, for a few minutes on Thursday, and then graduation is at 9 a.m. on Friday. And the public is welcome to attend the graduation. And if you've not done it, I encourage everyone to go to a graduation.
All right, well, we look forward to that new report, and we'll speak to you next time. Thanks so much, Joe.
Thank you, Jessa.
Now let's talk to Mr. Jeff Evans from Low Country Weekly to talk to us about this week's local entertainment schedule. Jeff, we appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, Jessa.
All right, so Beaufort welcomes a new local radio station. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this new station?
Well, 94.5 The Coast just opened their studios in the Habersham Marketplace, and the owner, Joel Garrett, who started 104.9 The Surf on Hilton Head back in 2001, is bringing his special radio magic to Beaufort, making it Beaufort's only locally owned and operated radio station.
Great. So what kinds of things can listeners look forward to?
Well, the Coast is going to focus on music of the 60s and 70s with Motown, soul, and beach music, and they plan to do some remotes on local events to be a part of the community, and as well as interviews and special segments and local heroes, things like that.
All right, absolutely. Sounds like fun. And we spoke to Mark a little while back about the indie film series at USCB. Is this still going on?
Absolutely. In fact, there's 2 films coming up this next week. The first is on Wednesday, August 29th at 6:30, and it's an intriguing film called 360 with a great cast of Anthony Hopkins, Jude Law, and Rachel Weisz. And it's described as a sexy, dramatic thriller about interconnected romantic life in the 21st century.
All right, we'll have to check that out. And what can you tell us about the second film?
Well, the second film is a documentary called The Queen of Versailles, and it's about a billionaire family and the financial challenges in building the world's or America's largest house in the wake of the economic crisis. And that's going to screen Friday, August 31st at 4 p.m. And all the films are being shown at USCB's Center for the Arts. And the tickets are $7 for adults, $6 for seniors and military, and $5 for students. And tickets are available there at the USC box office.
All right, looking forward to it. Say, I want to get to this last story real quick, which is a rather unique call to artists. Is that right?
Yeah, it's Dragon Boat Beaufort is calling for submissions from painters, sculptors, photographers for the first Dragonheart Art Auction Extravaganza. And they're being asked to describe Dragon Boat Beaufort in their own words. And Dragon Boat Beaufort is made up of cancer survivors, their supporters and caregivers. And the auction will be October 17th. The entries are due October 17th at Artworks, and the auction will be October 24th. And 75% of the proceeds will go to Dragon Boat Beaufort.
All right, Jeff, well, it's been a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jessa Jeremiah. Join us next time for your Beaufort News.